All right, man, we are back again. So this is my pull list from October 2nd. And on this video, I'm also going to do just some random books of mine that I'm going to show, as well as some variants that I like. So also a little update on my contest. So let's get started. I'm going to do the independents first. From Dark Horse, we got Grendel, Devil's Odyssey. Boom Studios, Strange Skies over East Berlin. And this is not the A cover. This is, I have no idea. It could be the B cover, I guess. But anyway, that's one thing that I don't like about my pull list. Sometimes, you know, the way this works, and this is kind of different than a lot of other people's. You have an app on your phone. And when the comics come out, you go on the app, and then you select which comics you want. And if there are comics that you want that you think they may be getting, then at the bottom of the order, you put in notes for which comics you want. And you have basically Monday and Tuesday to do that for Wednesday. But the thing is quite a few times, whoever's filling the order, because it's different people that work there, some of them will just pop in any variant, and for the most part, I'm after the A covers, you know. So they did it 2 or 3 times on me this time. So now I don't know, it could have been that they didn't have the A, that somebody else wanted it and they gave me what they had, or you know, it could have been the time that they filled my order. Somebody's order was ahead of mine or something. I don't know. But it's not your typical pull list where you know, fill it all out and then it comes in and you get everything you want. You know, they have a list of stuff they have and you get first come, first serve. And you know, when you go up there to get your stuff, you're not locked down to your pull list. I mean, if there's books in there that you got and you decide, hey, I don't want them, they just take them back and put them on the shelf. So it's actually, you know, a great app. I like how it works. It's just that a lot of times they don't keep up with, you know, say like Dead End Kids #1. I got the first one, they gave me that, and then no #2, no #3. So I guess somebody else either got those or they didn't get any at all after the first issue. But anyway, moving on. Okay, we got from Image, Spawn, #300, second print. Image again, this is Dead Eyes, #1. And obviously, if you remember, Dead Rabbit, #1 and 2 came out. And then there was a controversy with a restaurant that had the same name. They got sued. I don't know the outcome of what happened, but I do know that now the title's Dead Eyes. But I do have Dead Rabbit #1 and #2, which is pretty cool. Image again, we got Die, #8. From Dynamite, Black Terror #1. This was another one that the A cover I missed out on, so this is one of the covers. Image again, we got Sea of Stars #4. Now on to DC. Deceased number 5. Got a nice cover with Wonder Woman on it. I also got the B cover with Harley Quinn. I think that's pretty cool. And I got the C cover, the horror cover. And I think I have either all 3 on all of these, or I may have missed the first one. I think I missed the first Deceased horror cover. I think that was the one with like a homage to It, Pennywise. Okay, we got Batman number 80, City of Bane. And I got the Deceased variant B cover. I thought it was pretty cool. And then Batman facsimile number 251. I thought that was cool, and who knows when I'll be able to get that, so I figured I'd go ahead and get that. Dollar Comics Joker, and from what I understand, in a high grade, Joker number 1, the original, is kind of hard to get, so we have Justice League 33. And we have giant size Flash number 1. And, you know, the giant size books, something that kind of confuses me a little bit. They dropped 2 of them like a week or 2 ago. One was Ghosts, and then the other one was Villains. And then I got those from Walmart. And now they came out with Villains and Ghosts again at the LCS. And they have different covers. So I would assume that that's the same book, just different covers. Anybody knows, put the comments down below. Green Lantern number 12. And the Green Lantern, I'm waiting for them to come out with the next installment, which is going to be all dark, you know. So that's what I'm waiting on. Alright, we're into Marvel. Yeah, that's it. Bizarre Adventures number 1. That's cool. It's got a werewolf and Dracula on the cover. I know Marvel's trying to get back into their monster stuff, which is cool for me. We got Ghost Rider number 1. Marvel Comics 1001. House of X number 6. Absolute Carnage, the Immortal Hulk number 1. I tried getting the Codex cover, and I've gotten, you know, every time I've wanted it, I've gotten it. So, but this time it was gone. So, Spider-Verse 1 of 6. Savage Avengers number 6. Contagion number 1. Daredevil number 12. And Immortal Hulk number 24. And that's all the comics I have from the pull list. Now, okay, so this first stack is going to be just random books. So we got Avengers No Surrender, 684, first full appearance of Immortal Hulk. The Infinity Gauntlet, number 1, nice George Perez book. Rye, number 0, first Bloodshot. And I don't know, I know that one is supposed to be like a matte finish and the other one's supposed to be glossy. It's hard to tell though, so I don't know which version that I have. Tomb of Dracula, number 18. This is featuring Werewolf by Night. Tales of Suspense, number 6. This is it's kind of rough. It's got a crease and tear, but for the age, I mean, I guess it's okay. But anyway. This one's Journey into Mystery with Thor, 123. Hawkman, number 16. Anthro, number 1. The Avengers, number 55, and this is definitely not white. So I'll probably have to upgrade this book in the future. Of course, I'll probably try to clean it and press it and see if they can get any of that off, but I doubt it. Marvel Spotlight, number 12. First full appearance of Damien Hellstrom, the son of Satan. This is the Man-Thing number 1. It's a Brunner cover. I think Man-Thing's awesome. Black Goliath number 1. And this one has the stamp. A lot of people don't like the stamp. A lot of people like the stamp. I really don't know how I feel on it. I sort of like it because it's, you know, November 12th, 1975 is what the stamp says, which is pretty cool. And from what I understood, that when they dropped off stacks of comics at newsstands, they stamped the top copy. But I could be wrong. If anybody's got any information on that, put it in the comments. Red Sonja #1. Werewolf by Night #1. It's a nice blue cover. And The Monster of Frankenstein #1. This is also a nice blue cover. Okay, so that's the stack of older type books. Now this stack here is going to be some variants. I love variants because I like the comic art, but pretty much I've sort of weaned myself off of variants, even though some pretty wicked variants come out. I just haven't been getting them anymore, so I'll show you what I have. This is Batman #50, and I think this is cool because the Joker's coming up out of the wedding cake. Cosmic Ghost Rider destroys Marvel history #1. It's a real nice variant cover. That old school style. Thanos #17. Weapon H #1. This is the homage to Hulk 181. I think this is cool. This is the Green Lantern #1 variant, which is the current run. Zodiac #1. I think this is an awesome cover. And this is Dark Knight's Metal Greg Horn variant. The Harley Who Laughs. That's one. And that's the other. And they're both off issue #6. Web of Venom, Carnage Born #1, and this is a homage to Amazing Spider-Man 361. Venom #1, I think that's awesome too. Deadpool, busting caps and Venom. Venom First Host #1. That's a pretty unique cover. It's got a really real modern style to that. Venom #6, and this is a Scan variant. And that's #5 Scan variant. And this is Amazing Spider-Man #1, and this is a homage to New Mutants 98. Amazing Spider-Man $7.99. Love this Green Goblin. Green Goblin's my favorite villain that has to do with Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man #2. And I think this was the first appearance of the new villain in Amazing Spider-Man. his first appearance on the cover. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man 800 Red Goblin, and that's a Perillo variant. I think that's awesome. That's it for all the books and stuff. And then one thing that I wanted to tell you guys, this is just a little story. When I first started collecting comic books, a friend of mine was collecting. He introduced me to it. At the time, he was collecting X-Men and Daredevil. And he introduced me to my first comic shop. This was back in the early 80s. And the comic shop was called Jeppy's. And it was in Silver Spring, Maryland on Fenton Street. So I went down there. I started collecting X-Men comic books. I went out to another store that he introduced me to called Barbarian Books. And I started getting all my Daredevil stuff from them. And then I ended up running into a new LCS that was opening up, I don't know, probably about 5 miles from where I lived. I had to take the subway train to get there. And when I got there, I ended up meeting Gene Carpenter and Joel. And it was Big Planet Comics on Cordell Avenue in Bethesda, Maryland. And set up my first pull list. And all that, ended up pulling Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right off the shelf. I got, you know, number 1, 3rd print, 2, 3, 4, 5. And anyways, long story short, that's how I got into comic collecting. Now, Jeppy's, the original store that I started collecting at, that was actually Mr. Jeppy, who went on to own Daimon Distributors. So I thought that was pretty cool. And Big Planet, where I set up my first pull list, I believe now has 4 stores in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I grew up, born and raised in DC. So just thought I'd give you, you know, a little inside story on how I got to comic collecting. Unfortunately, in the late 80s, I ended up stopping the collecting and lost touch with the people who I collected with. Probably mid-90s, I sold the majority of my collection. So, you know, I've been collecting again for 2 years, and I probably got about, I don't know, 4,000 comics or something like that. Don't have many slabs though. I only have about 11 or 12 slabs. So some people like them, some people don't. Whatever. If you're going to collect them and you want slabs, all you got to do is get 2 copies. One to read and one to slab. That solves the problem. Anyway. Alright. So if you like this video. Oh, I forgot. One more thing. On my contest. I ordered a Black Suit Spider-Man print signed. Looks similar to the Black Batman print that I showed. So that is also now going to be one of the choices. So it's either the Batman, the Spider-Man, or the Wonder Woman. I probably won't get it till next week, but as soon as I get it, I'll show it. And if you do a video for my contest, just, you know, put in the comments what you want. And if you like the video, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you're new to my channel. And hit the notification bell so you know when I drop my next video. And other than that, I'm out of here.